Let me get the sound going. I had my microphone plugged in. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. Shoot, I hate it when I forget to do that. I have a microphone, and if I plug it in and I don't, if I plug it in and I don't turn it on, it doesn't work. So it's kind of tricky when it comes to that. There are like, I have four things plugged into my computer when I'm doing my lives, just so you know. I have, thank you for letting me know, and I'll get to your comments afterwards. That was what I was telling you. But I have my power supply. I'm plugged right into my modem, so I have like good internet connection. I have a microphone, and I have an external camera for my down view. So I have a lot of things plugged in, and I have to remember that each one of those needs to be turned on. So it's like a little bit of a process to get everything done. And I need the light on, I need things cut up. And some of you might know all the complexities of filming a live because you've done one before, but some people that don't know it, like it looks like I'm just like, wow, this is like such a simple card, and why is it so hard for her? Well, it's because there's so many pieces to it that you all have to like bring it together. You have to have your card pieces cut up, you need to have your supplies on hand. I blog. I have to set up the live in the morning to get everything going. It's crazy. It takes me from the time like on Tuesday morning, because I usually don't have my blog post written until the morning. It takes me about like 2 hours in the morning, kind of because I get interrupted to get ready for this live. That's how long it takes. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you for bearing with me and my little sound issues. And we're good now, I think. So I showed you the cards earlier that we're basing today's Casing Tuesday off of. And I just wanted to say, while there was no sound, that there is a sketch that goes with it, and so you use the sketch for those measurements. So let's take a look at what my card is. Let's hope. Yay, my other camera is working, so that's good. So here is the card that I created based on the sketch. I did a Christmas card, and I went through all of my annual catalog stamp sets, and I wanted to pull stamp sets that I hadn't really used yet. So I noticed I hadn't used Evergreen Elegance yet, and it's this great stamp set. It's actually part of a bundle, but I didn't use the punch that's part of the bundle. Let me grab that real quick, because the punch is also cool because it's got it's a tree punch, so you can create like a whole line of trees. I've used it before. So it's part of a bundle. So if you want to pick up the bundle, it's a good deal because you save 10%. And then I use the Tidings of Christmas paper, and this paper is also in the annual catalog. So I wanted to point it out because these two products will be available even once the holiday catalog stuff retires. Oh, and before I forget to tell you, don't forget, today we have the start of a 3-day sale where our cardstock, ink pads, and annual catalog dies are on sale. So I'll just mention, it is ink pads only, not ink refills, not the Stampin' Spot. It's our Stampin' Up branded ink pads. So it doesn't include our Tuxedo black ink because it's a third-party pad. And it does not include our bundles, like our color group bundles, because they are already discounted. So the individual ink pads these are the ones that are on sale, and they are on sale for 15% off. So that's a really great deal. And then our cardstock, like what I use, the basic cardstock, it is on sale for 10% off. So it's a great time to stock up. It's a great time to fill in your color collections if you're missing some ink pads. And then our annual catalog dies. So our I don't know if I have one close by. Let me grab one that's on sale that I think you should get. where's one? Oh, this one. And these two. So, the diorama dies. These ones are standalone dies. I would definitely get these right now if I didn't already have them because they're 20% off. And these ones too, this is actually, there's more to this one, the Give It a Whirl dies. I have a second sheet with the rest of them on there, but I just wanted to grab these quickly. I would definitely get those as well for 20% off because they are not part of another bundle, so it's a really, really good deal. I love that. So I just wanted to mention that really quick, and that sale ends on the 18th, but I would jump in. I am not sure if they're going to cut off, like if they run out of cardstock, I'm not sure if they're going to say, okay, we're cutting that color of cardstock off for ordering, or if they run out of a certain color of ink pad. So I would order sooner rather than later if you want to take part in the sale, just to make sure you get what you want. All right, so let's jump in and make this little card. And I'm going to start off by doing the stamping because that's usually the kind of the most complicated part. The other part is like just bringing things in. So I have a 3.5-inch square of basic white, and our basic white cardstock is on sale, so that's great. And of course the shaded spruce ink pad's on sale too. So let me open that up. And I just re-inked my shaded spruce this morning because it was getting a little dry. So I have a little scrap piece of computer paper here. And what I want to do is I want to stamp these trees. I want to stamp about 6 of them at varying heights. And I want some that are darker and some that are lighter. So I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp this first one kind of close to the bottom here, and just maybe just a little bit in. Okay. And then I am going to do all the dark trees first. So then I'm going to do one. Okay, I need to do this one shorter. I need to kind of do them on different levels. And I'm not stamping off and using the next stamping right away because I am coming off the edge, so it will create a weird second stamping. So I'll have to completely stamp off. And then this one, I'm just going to make it a little closer to here and a little shorter. Okay, so you kind of want like different levels and not spaced 100% because you want it to have kind of a natural look. So you can practice doing that or just follow my little pattern. And I'm going to stamp off once, and then this one right here is going to be a really tall tree. So it's going to be my tallest tree. I'm going to put it right about here. So you can see right there that second stamping is making it like a lot lighter. And I'm so glad that I re-inked my ink pad this morning because it's looking really nice. Okay, so stamp off once more. And then I'm going to grab this tree over here and just kind of put it right in there. And then, you know, actually that looks pretty good, but I did put a 6th tree right there, so we can add that. What we'll do is we'll just stamp off. And we're just going to peek in just a little bit, maybe just down here. Oh, no, I made it a little higher right here. Okay. So there I filled in a little forest, and I think it looks really good. And now we can add all of our other elements to our card. So let's now do this stamping right here, this Merry Christmas piece. And this piece measures 4 1/8 by 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to use my Treasured Tags Pick-a-Punch, and I'll just slide this in the middle slot and give it a punch. And I'll do the same for the other side. All right. And then we're going to stamp Merry Christmas in Versamark ink, and we're going to heat emboss. I've got my embossing powder in here. And this stamp set comes with a Merry Christmas, a really nice Merry Christmas greeting. And I'll just try and center that. Okay. And then we'll add some white embossing powder to this. And I like to dump my embossing powders into a little container. It makes it really quick when I want to dump off the embossing powder. And I'm just, if I see any flecks, I'm just going to remove them so that they don't end up apart. They don't end up getting heat set. And then I'll bring in my heat tool. I'll turn it on high. And I love white embossing powder because it actually changes color. So you can see once it sets. And then I'll switch to the other side. Okay. So just wait a second before you touch the embossing because it's a little tacky at first. It needs to cool off just a little bit. All right, so then I'm going to show you how I got a little bit more out of my gold foil sheet. I could have cut like a full piece like that, but I don't have a ton of foil sheet in the house. So to make more room or to get more mileage out of my gold foil sheet layer, I cut this to 3 inches by 2 inches, and then I cut it in half at the 1 inch mark. And then I am just going to, I think I'm going to use Terran tape because it's just a little easier than glue on foil sheet. So I'll just put a little piece. This is just what I'm going to use to adhere my 2 pieces down. And I'll flip this over, and then I'll remove the liner. And so what I'm going to do is I just want like about half of it to peek out, so about 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to look to see that the top and bottom are about the same. And then about half of it is going to peek out like that. And I'll do the same for the other side. And even if you're a tiny bit off, no one's going to notice because, like with alignment, because it's too far apart for the eye to really tell if you're 100% accurate with your alignment. Okay, that looks good. And so flip that over, and now you've got a piece, and you saved yourself a little chunk of gold foil sheet there. Normally with regular cardstock, I would not bother because it's just more trouble than it's worth, but to save myself a little bit of gold foil sheet, I just did that just to do that. All right, and then I used a piece of the Tidings of Christmas paper, and I'm going to add that to my card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored in half at the 4 1/4 inch mark. This side is really nice too. I'm one of those people that ends up using the plain side more than the really, really busy side, because I do all that stamping and I don't want to overshadow the stamping. That's just the way I like my cards to look. And so I'm just adding that to the front of the card base. And this pack is a 6 by 6 pack, so it is a little bit smaller. So you can only get one card front out of a piece of 6x6, but then you can use the edges, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So I'll just adhere this down, and I will center this. So there's no guessing, it's just going to be centered top to bottom, side to side. This ends up being a very kind of traditional Christmas card. All right, so we have this piece, and then I want to take, we have these great snowflakes. They're like snowflake doilies. They come in a package like this. They're already die cut, and you just pop them out of the backing. Really easy to do. And so I am just going to adhere this to here first. So I'll just put a little dab of Tombow, okay, right in the center of there. And then I'm just going to center this right on the end. And I'm kind of using the pretty pattern of the doily right in the center. I'm just kind of centering that pattern right on the edge. Okay. So you can kind of see I just kind of centered this little piece. Maybe you can see a little better. That little pattern, I just centered it around the edge there. And then if you want to, you could pop this up on dimensionals. Let's do one with dimensionals. I did the other one flat because I tend to send a lot of cards in the mail rather than handing them out. So sometimes it's nice to be a little flatter with the mailing. I think they do a little bit better in the mail if they're a little flatter. So, but I want to show you how you can pop that up with just a few dimensionals. Look at the center of the doily is like shaped like a dimensional. It's kind of funny. So I had to put a dimensional centered right on top of it. Okay. So then you just kind of have to find where you're going to place everything. I want to make sure my snowflake is on the card. So then we're just bring that down just a bit. Okay. All right. So then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some holiday rhinestone jewels. And I've got some in this bag right here. Maybe I need to use up these ones that are like going around on this little piece right here. So, but I don't know. I kind of think I want the smaller ones on this. Okay, so those ones won't get used up this time. So I'll just take some rhinestone jewels and add them kind of here and there on this card. Oh, this one ended up being a lot shorter. So I'll put this one here. And this one maybe here. And here. What color have we not used yet? Maybe I'll use one of the pool party ones over here. So that just adds like a little bit of bling to your Christmas trees, and it just kind of gives it a nice little sparkly kind of fun. So we took a very serene card with the trees, and we turned it around and we made it into kind of a cheerful card by using like that pop of red and the little gems and the little bit of shimmer of gold behind there. So that I think is just a really pretty kind of elegant Christmas card. Oh, wait, I've got one more thing to show you. That little scrap piece that you'll have left over from, actually you'll have 2 scrap pieces left over, but the little skinny scrap piece, I'm going to flip that around and I'm going to use that for the inside. So this is 5 inches by 3 3/4. This leftover piece is 5 inches by 1/2 inch. And so we can just take that and just add that right to the bottom. It's kind of a fun way to use up your scraps. you know, just adding like little tiny touches to the insides of your cards. And then, because this is really dark cardstock, you'd have to write on here with like a white or a silver or gold pen if you didn't add this piece on here. So now we have a piece that we can write on like that. So pretty, right? And then a great way to use up the inside. And I did the same thing for this one. So now you don't have that skinny scrap of a piece hanging around forever and ever not getting used. So there you go. I hope you like those. All right, I am coming back over here. So I hope you will join us and case this card with us and join our Facebook group. And the link is down below in case you aren't already a member. And you can definitely jump in and be part of that group. And I'm going to post my card a little bit later on. And if you want any of the supplies I talked about today, I have them down below in the description of this video. Or you can go directly to my blog. There's also a link, and there's like a pictorial supply list that you can click on. And if you spend $15 with me, you can get a free tutorial. Let me put up my November host code. There it is. So use that host code and you can get one of my tutorials for free with a $15 order. And if you spend $50 with me, you're going to get my, where did it go? I've moved everything around. Aha, there we go. This is my host code gift for the month. It is a sampler pack of glimmer paper. And we have all different colors of glimmer paper. There's 8 sheets. They're 6 by 6. I'm not doing a good job of holding them, but every pack will be different because I have different colors. And I love this for holiday accents, and this will find your way to your mailbox if you order with me sometime middle of December. So just in time to put those last minute accents on things that you need for the holidays. So I hope you enjoyed those. All right, I'm gonna see what we're talking about besides my sound issues. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's funny. Oh my goodness. Maybe some of you will learn how to read my lips after all of this, right? Okay, thank you for everyone for letting me know. And good morning to Nancy, Diane, Mary, Janine, Frida, Connie. Good morning. And sorry about the sound. Okay, yes, and I finally got rocking. Thank you so much. Oh, and Beverly, good morning. Good morning, Ellie and Amy. Janine said, I used tear and tape yesterday on some cards that had a heavily dry embossed layer. I had trouble getting the bottom edges to stick with liquid glue or Seal Plus, but the tear and tape worked perfectly. It's kind of like the unsung hero, I think sometimes. Yeah, I do. So tear and tape is one of my go-to adhesives. I probably use this one the most. Tombow is my most used one. But if I have a layer that is like really like a foil layer or really slippery, I almost prefer to use something dry, not wet, to adhere it, because it's going to take a lot longer for a wet adhesive to dry on there. So that's when I tend to use tear and tape. I don't use tear and tape for 3D projects that have seams that are going to have a lot of tension on them. Then I will use Tombow, because Tombow seems to be the only thing that we have in our Stampin' Up! Arsenal that will hold things together. And the one thing with the Tombow glue that I love is it is inexpensive, and the bottle lasts a long time. So, you know, I use it on all my cards, and that little bottle will last a long time. I get a little panicky when I'm getting down to the end, so I always have like couple extra bottles just sitting there that are brand new, so that I don't freak out, because sometimes that Tombow will go on back order. It is a very, very popular adhesive. Good morning, Kimberly Ann. Thank you. I'm glad you like the card. Karen says she loves the holiday rhinestones. Yeah, I think they're my favorite too. And I'll tell you why I love them so much. They remind me of Christmas growing up, because my dad he always did the Christmas tree. My dad was the decorator usually for the special occasions. Sometimes my mom did it too, but my dad did it a lot. And growing up, our Christmas tree had colored lights, just like this. These colors, maybe not the pool party, but the bright jewel tones. And then you turn off the lights and then you see all of these colors. So this reminds me of Christmas back at home. So it is really nice. I love that pack too. Thank you everyone for joining me this morning. I'm so grateful that you put up with my sound issues, and I'm grateful that you came out this morning. I will be doing a Friday tutorial this week. The following week, the Thanksgiving week, I am going to not do a tutorial that weekend. I am waiting I have a great tutorial ready to go with that penguin punch. And I was planning on doing it this week because it was supposed to be back in stock this week, but it got pushed back another week. So I have another project for this week. And if the penguin punch comes back into play, I will do my tutorial that I had wanted to do this week. I will do it early next week before Thanksgiving, and I'll squeeze it in on a non-Tuesday day. It will be either like Monday no, it won't be Monday because I won't know if that punches back in. If I can, I'll squeeze it in on Wednesday if I can. So I might be doing a second tutorial next week, depending on whether that penguin punch comes in, because I want to show my project, but I hate to show projects when you can't buy the supplies for it. I know it's really frustrating then. So I want to wait on that one and release it once I can actually send you to the store and you're able to purchase it if you want to. So I'll just wait on that just a little bit longer. And so I will see you this Friday on my YouTube channel, and I hope you have a great week until then. And don't forget about the sale. Go check it out. Stock up on cardstock. Stampin' Up! Rarely puts cardstock on sale. In fact, I don't remember them putting cardstock on sale. They sometimes put paper on sale, but the basics like cardstock, we rarely see that on a sale. And I can't remember ink pads ever being on sale. So that's just really, really rare. And then combine that with 20% off of our annual catalog dies. That's like really great, because Stampin' Up! Isn't known for its like sale on supplies on core ingredients. So get some cardstock. I know I have an order ready to like push send on. I just need to I'm doing a pre-order for mini catalog stuff from our onstage convention that happened this weekend, and I have to still decide what I'm going to order from that, and then I'm going to hit send and add some cardstock to that, because I have all of the ink pads, so I don't need any more of those. All right, you guys have a great week, and I hope to see you Friday. Bye-bye.